Hey, just a heads up, I'm moving the dinner table conversation to the appropriate subreddit. So if you want to continue discussing this story, you know where to find it. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to be reading from the Are Just No Mails subreddit. And this is a series where people post the mail that they received that was totally uncalled for, and they want to share it with others to get advice or just to vent. So let's jump into it. Okay, for some context or backstory on who's part of this situation, I-28F was adopted when I was 11 because my mum was an addict. She's in recovery and we're on good terms, and I'm disabled. I've used a wheelchair since I was a kid, and in order to keep me out of the system, my Aunt Diane and her wife took me in. The brother in question, Chris, 41 meters, was 24, and our other brother was 21, so they weren't adopted. They stayed in contact with our bio mom and were still very close to her after I was taken away, and I didn't have much contact with them. I reconnected when I was an adult. So this happened last weekend. Since my bio mum has been clean, she's been consistent in my life and my brother's lives as well as my Aunt Diane's life. We were all at my aunt's house over the weekend, along with my uncles, my brothers and their kids' partners, and my younger adopted sister, Katie 16F. My aunts throw a dinner once a month. My fiancé, John, 39 meters, and I met 5 years ago and have been together for 3. We got engaged a few weeks ago. John is wealthy. Chris has kind of been weird about John and his money. Specific example that comes to mind is Chris and his girlfriend. Maddie have 4 kids, and Chris, without talking to Maddie, asked John and I not to spend more than $60 each on Christmas gifts for the kids. We agreed and applied that to all the kids in the family except for Katie. To keep things fair, Maddie and Chris have been together for 10 years, and she's been really wanting him to propose since their first was born, 8 years ago. When Maddie asked to see the ring John had made for me, she made a comment to Chris saying, "When you finally propose, you should go to the jeweler John did. This ring is beautiful." Chris quickly said, "Yeah, that's not happening." John politely responded with, "I'm really close friends with the jeweler. She's lovely. I'm sure I could get you a great deal on a ring." Chris got snappy and said, "Don't encourage her. She doesn't need that bougie shit." This is where I might be the asshole. I looked at my brother and said he was being generous and offering you help, which you should be kinder about considering you couldn't afford a ring for her without it. Chris blew up at me, telling me I changed and that I was a stuck-up bitch now. He also made a disgusting comment about how I only landed a rich man because I found one with a fetish. My aunt heard that comment and asked Chris and Maddie to leave. My mom is pissed at me, but my aunts are on my side. My other brother is staying neutral. I feel kind of bad, but I also don't understand why he snapped like he did over an actual generous offer. That was a story from a user. And let me tell you, I read that and I can't stop laughing. Oh my God. This is gold. I love this story. That brother is such a jackass. It's unbelievable. I would too. I would also be angry. I would also be pissed. But honestly, the way Up described the brother, and the way that he talked to John and the way he was acting, he sounds like a complete douche nozzle. I am definitely team Up on this one. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. If you like this story, check out my podcast where I publish the exact same episodes. Also hit that subscribe button because why not? And I'll see you in the next Reddit story. Bye.